What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Foxy. Welcome back to the Fox's Den. Getting into some more reactions today. It's a beautiful Saturday. We got some new episodes to watch. First one we're getting into is the new episode of Tokyo Revengers, Season 2, Episode 11. I'm really curious to see where we go from here, because last episode we got a really good, feel-good, wholesome episode of everybody kind of, you know, coming to terms with the conclusion of Black Dragon being taken out, and everybody kind of enjoying their times together for New Year's, and Takemichi getting back together with Hina, and Takemichi also kind of hanging out with Mikey a little bit and learning how he's pretty similar to Mikey's older brother, and the fact that he's not very much of a strong fighter, but a lot of people follow him and look up to him. So all around, last episode was a very feel-good episode. It almost felt like kind of like a season finale, if you will, just because of the whole New Year's thing and it kind of concluding the Black Dragon arc, I guess you could say. So I'm very curious to see where we go from here. Like, there was a little bit of an end credit last episode too. I mentioned in the last reaction that I uploaded for Tokyo Revengers for the last episode that I did notice it, but not during the recording. So like right after I finished recording, I was like, oh shit, there's a fucking end credit. So, but it was only like, I swear it was less than 10 seconds. It was literally just Kisaki and Hanma basically saying like, wow, I can't believe Takemichi did that. And then Kisaki saying like, oh, it's not over, or some shit like that. So obviously he has some more like devilish schemes in his book, and he's probably planning some other fucking stupid shit. So I would be curious to see if we get into any more of Takemichi kind of trying to figure out more about Kisaki, or see how he can expose him, like have some actual credibility or some evidence showing that this guy is not a person who should be in our gang. I don't know. That's all I really have to go off of that I think we might get into in this episode, or maybe we just get into more things of like more slice of life stuff between Takemichi and Hina, or like the rest of the gang possibly, or maybe there's going to be a start of a conversation of like, oh, maybe I should go back to the future and see what things are like, and that's kind of what we wrap this season up with, is to see like what's changed in the future, and get an idea if it's actually a good thing or if it's still fucked up in the present timeline, like, you know, which I would assume is probably the case in some way, form, or fashion. Like, shit is still just not perfect, and Hina still dies or something. But regardless, I'm very excited to get into this episode. And Luna, you're gonna have to stop fucking squeaking that thing in here, because I'm recording. Go out there. Thank you. Love you. So yeah, regardless, I'm very excited for this episode and to see if we learn some more about Kisaki and all the things that I mentioned, and just kind of see what direction we go into now that this Black Dragon thing is over and they had a nice Happy New Year. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the episode. If you guys enjoy it, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when the next one's dropping. Let's get in the episode. Episode 11, Season 2, Tokyo Revengers. Right into the opening, wasting no time whatsoever. On my way home. Okay, by the title of the episode, I'm thinking maybe he's going back to the present timeline. First meeting of the year. Let's go. Just like that. That's all it took. We didn't even need the whole gang, bruh. Yeah, everybody else doesn't. Yeah, nobody knows what the lie is about and shit.
終わっちまえばどうでもよくなるもんだ。それにブラックドラゴンには勝ったんだ。結果オール一緒。
See, everybody's behind him now. Everybody's cool with it because they defeated Black Dragon and whatnot. Hey, everybody's behind him. He's where he belongs now, and he has a good mindset and a good head on his shoulders now. Okay! Okay! I love Taiji's voice actor. He was a cool character, but very, very much of an asshole, so not surprised he didn't last long. What the fuck are they doing here? Do they want to join?
11代目ブラックドラゴン乾清舟だ。そしてマイキーと話し合った結果 東卍の傘下に下ることにした。
Bro, nah, I don't fuck with this at all.
一番隊、つまり花垣武道の下につく。
Oh shit, well they're assigned under him. Hey, but you're in control of them, bro, so you can't fucking lose face. Bro, this has got to be a scheme of Kisaki's or something, bro, because Kisaki already has ties with Koko. And they requested to be under him? Like, nah, yeah, it's fishy as fuck. Interesting. This is very, very sus, bro.
このクリスマス決戦を踏まえて最後に話したいのは俺だ。KISAKIテッタ。はい。お前をクビにする。
おー！
本日をもって除名だ。
おー！おー！That's exactly what we needed. How did he know? What did he figure out? What's going on?
KISAKI の裏切りは一応報告した。
Oh, let's go, Chief Yu. See, this is what I've been thinking this whole time. There's no way he got out of this scot-free, bro. Like, he manipulated that whole situation. Oh my god, yes! Fucking love this shit. That just hyped me the fuck up. Yeah, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. Hell no. You damn right he was. Dude, I'm loving this shit right now. He's actually getting exposed a little bit. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Let's go, bro. Yes, man. I was thinking this whole time. There's no way he gets out of this scot-free. Dude, he's sweating bullets. Bro, he's having a panic attack. Oh, yeah, right. Y'all about to play a dangerous game. You're gonna get your ass beat. Bro, he's trying so hard to convince him and keep manipulating Mikey, bro. Bro, yes, he is. I love it. Yeah, and it's showing right now. Nah, bro. Bro, this guy's crazy. I love seeing him actually panic right now. Ain't nobody needs you, bro. Bro, he's so desperate. I love this. After he's been exposed for his fuck shit. To his knees. This little bitch. It's about damn time. Oh my god, I was not expecting this episode. That shit, this is fire, bro. Let's go, Takamichi. You changed a lot this time. Bro, I would say so. I hope so. Fuck. That's crazy. You already changed a lot with the whole Black Dragon shit and Yuzuha and Akai and shit, but also actually getting Kisaki kicked out. Like, yes. Yes, thank you. Is this like somebody's bike that they're trying to fix up, or do they just find this bike and they're fixing it up for somebody? Yeah, they're getting this bike for somebody. Well, imagine it's actually Takamichi. Yep. Yep, let's go, bro. Takamichi's getting his own bike? Oh my god, nah, this is wild. Yo, this episode's fire, bro. This is a good-ass episode. Wow. Oh shit, bro, he's getting that, dude. The fact that he's getting that kind of bike. Bro, that is so fucking cool, bro. That milestone of respect that they're showing him by building this bike, and it's the twin of Mikey's bike, and he's getting it. Like, nah, bro. Amazing. Yo, Chiefio is like everybody watching this right now. Like, bro, this is awesome. He doesn't even know how to ride, does he? Chiefio's so happy for him. What a great teacher. He has no idea what these things are. Sumasen. Yo, this is another feel-good ass episode, but it's even better because Kisaki actually got what was coming to his ass, bro. That oh my god, I love that, bro. Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Here we go. Rub that joint a little bit. Yeah. Oh, he's getting used to it. Okay. All right. That's what's up, bro. Nah, that's cool as fuck, bro. That is so lit. So is he thinking it's time to, because this episode is like on my way home or something, so is he thinking about heading back to the present timeline? And it's all under Takemichi. He's the captain. Exactly. I was thinking it was part of Kisaki's plan at first for them to join his squad. Maybe it still is, so he still has some sort of connection to Toman, even though he's out now. But he definitely, I mean, look how much he was panicking. He was not expecting that shit. Oh, dude, I fucking love that. So yeah, he's about to go back, right? Bro, that's gonna be the telltale sign if this shit really actually changed a lot and worked, if he actually does see him in the future. Because it's been fucking, you know, he died last time he was there. He was killed by Kisaki. We actually going back? Are we actually going to see any? I doubt we're going to see anything this episode. They're going to shake hands. There's going to be a jolt of electricity, and the episode's going to fucking end. Oh wow, that's gonna go. This is a great conversation to have before he leaves. He's having a final speech like he's actually leaving, but his self is still gonna be here. It's just gonna be kind of like a different person, I guess. What's the occasion? Nobody wants to take the photo. That's a nice candid photo right there. Because of the way he was running in, he got everybody to laugh and shit. Okay, he's back. We're seeing something. Episode's not over yet. He looks kind of normal, too. Wait, he's in all black. Is he at a funeral? He's not in prison, but he's in all black right now. Like, this looks scarily familiar to, like, what he was wearing to Hina's funeral, bro. Oh, my God. It's just stressing me out. Wait, that's Mitsuya's younger sister. Fucking Mitsuya, bro. Fucking, what happened to Mitsuya, bro? Dude, it's always something, bro. It just can't be perfect with this fucking universe. Those are the two sisters. Yeah, it's Mitsuya, bro.
受付ってことは亡くなった人の親族か。
兄の
Bro, how the fuck did he die, bro?
ちょっと待て、この子。なんか見覚えが。
Oh my god.
中へ。
はい。
After that feel-good moment too, and everything that good he did in the previous timeline, in the past timeline, like, bro, it's just stressing me out. What the fuck happened? Why? Why is he dead?
三ツ矢くんが。
And this is where the episode ends. They're not going to give us a taste of the information on how this happened. Ah! Fuck, bro. God, that was such a good episode. God damn it. Alrighty, guys. What another amazing episode of Tokyo Revengers. I mean, that episode was absolutely amazing. Like, I loved seeing every moment of that. I wasn't really sure what we were going to be getting into. I had an idea of maybe there being some more information or a conversation talked about at Kisaki. Maybe, you know, Takemichi was going to go back to the future, since a lot has changed with Black Dragon and whatnot, which we do end up seeing towards the end of the episode. But pretty much right from the beginning, we get right into the first meeting that Toman has as a gang at their usual meetup spot at that temple. And they basically go everything that happened over the Christmas, event that happened. And, you know, basically explaining how certain events led to one another and how they all ended up being there, like Mikey and Draken, and ended up taking out Black Dragon. So they're explaining everything to all the, you know, the rest of the gang members and whatnot, and how it all happened. Hakai gets up there and he apologizes and whatnot for like his lie, and like really takes accountability, even though not everybody there really knows what he's talking about, but everybody still supports him, and he's still a vital member of the gang and his quote-unquote family, and continues to be second division vice captain under Mitsuya. So very, very cool stuff to see. And then after that, we get a little bit more of the explanation of like what went on with Black Dragon and Taiju. And then out of fucking left field, I didn't think this was going to happen, but I really loved seeing this. I'm very curious to see once we get more information in this present timeline, you know, because what we just saw. But Mikey goes on to fucking kick out Kisaki from the gang, and it literally just threw everybody off guard. Everybody in the gang, and also everybody that was watching. Like, I was not expecting that, but props to Chifu, because he was the one that actually told Mikey about this encounter with Kisaki, and how they started to initially help Takemichi and them, or him, because they were the only ones that really wanted to do anything or help them in this scenario, but they ended up betraying them and just toying with them and manipulating them the whole time, as well as other people like Yuzaha. Kisaki called Yuzaha and gave her a knife, and then all of this other stuff. So very, very interesting scenario right there. And Mikey, you know, since Chief Yu told Mikey, he actually fucking cracked down on that shit, called him out on his bullshit, exposed him for that shit, and kicked him out of the fucking gang. And it was fucking amazing, because then Han was like, okay, well, that means I'm out too. And then like whoever else joined because of Moebius or Valhalla with me, they're out as well. So, you know, your gang's gonna be smaller now. It's only gonna be 100 members, and you know, Mikey's gonna be like, oh, well, that's fine. Like, the fuck, like, it was getting too big anyway. Like, he's got a good head on his shoulders now, like after having these conversations with Takemichi again and kind of reminiscing about his older brother. Like, he's kind of remembering his ideals and values, I think, to where that didn't really bother him. He's looking for more of like a family and like a good group of people that are really has everyone's back. It's not bullshit like this where Kisaki and other people are toying with people's lives in the gang and thinking they can get away with it. So I love that whole entire scenario right there, how Mikey actually called him out on his bullshit. And then you see Kisaki actually starting to panic and loses like self-esteem or like calm temperament, and he's actually like dry heaving, and he's actually panicking. And he pleads to Mikey one more time, like, you know, I'm your shadow, like we can make Toman into a huge gang that everybody will be under us and this and that. Like, he has this crazy vision. And Mikey's like, sorry, I don't give a fuck. Like, you're out. And like, he truly feels that desperate. Like, he was so desperate to try and get through to him to stay in the gang and at least stay by his side, because that was his goal in the first place. And as it's kind of showing the past scenes that we've seen with conversations that Takemichi has had with people in the future timeline, like, Kisaki was always on Mikey's tail. Kisaki always wanted to be with Mikey. He wanted to be by Mikey's side, and this is why, is because he wanted to be able to manipulate him and use him kind of to his liking, and kind of control the gang in that way by kind of manipulating Mikey's emotions and his decision making, I guess. So the fact that he actually exposed his shit and Kisaki like actually felt desperation and like panic right there and is officially out of the gang was amazing. Like, I loved that scene so much. It just made me smile. I was like, finally. If it wasn't enough too, because Takemichi already changed a lot with the whole Black Dragon thing. Taiju not dying, Yuzuha Hakai not killing him, Hakai gaining some confidence, still being a part of Tomen. Like, he already changed a lot with that encounter. So there was already a lot changed, but the fact that they actually got Kisaki kicked out, which was one of the big goals since the beginning, oh bro, like that just was icing on top of the fucking cake. And then also we see during that meeting that Coco and Inui come through, and they're actually joining Tomen from Black Dragon, the old generation of Black Dragon, and they're joining under Takemichi, so they're going to be right under Takemichi's authority and whatnot, because he's captain, and then they're going to be under his division. And then Chief Yu's also vice captain, so that's cool. He still got Chief Yu and whatnot, and then he has Coco and Inui, who don't really have a say. Where I was thinking this isn't confirmed yet, but it kind of distracts you, because the first thing I thought of when they join is like, okay, this has got to be some plot of Kisaki's, because Kisaki already has like a connection or some sort of relationship with Coco. That much is evident because he went to Coco for that information that they got on Taiju to go to the church, and how it set this whole thing up in the first place. So he obviously knows Coco. So I was thinking, okay, maybe Kisaki was able to tell them like, hey, why don't you come join? You'll be under Takemichi, and then like he's still like kind of controlling them and telling them what to do, and like kind of create strife within the gang. That still is a possibility, but after Kisaki getting kicked out, it kind of distracts you, because it's like, oh, okay, that's not a possibility anymore, right? But no, it still could be a thing, because even though Kisaki's not in the gang, if he still has a connection with Coco, or maybe even Inui as well, since Inui and Coco are so close, if he still has a connection with them, that can create like fucking stupid ass scenarios from Kisaki's fucking mind again. But it kind of distracts you since Kisaki's kicked out and Hama's gone as well. So, it makes you think, okay, maybe that's not the route they're going to take, and maybe he doesn't have an ability to like be in touch with them anymore. But I think it's still possible, since they had that relationship in the first place. So that might have something to do with what we're getting now into the present timeline again, where like Mitsuya has apparently fucking passed away. But we'll get to that in a second. Pretty much after that meeting, we get kind of more into a feel-good, wholesome moment where really Draken and Mikey are fixing up this bike, and immediately I was like, okay, they got to be fixing this bike up for somebody. It doesn't seem like it's like one of their bikes. Did they find this bike? Are they fixing it up for somebody, or is it like a bike? Is it like a project? And sure enough, it was a project that they continued from Mikey's older brother, where it was another exact engine that Mikey's bike has, which is Mikey's older brother's bike, right? So this is like a holy grail bike. Like, it has a lot of identity to it, and just it has a lot of sentimental value. So the fact that they created this bike, continued and found all the parts for it, and fixed it all up, created it, and it's basically the twin of Mikey's bike, which is literally the commander of the gang, and they gave it to Takemichi. I mean, that's like a whole nother realm of like respect for him, and it's really cool to see, and that's how much they do appreciate him, and it's just so fucking cool to see. And he's actually learning how to ride the bike with Mikey, and they have a little bit more of a conversation on like like how Mikey's brother found it in the Philippines, like the two engines together, and he said it was like meant to be, like it was destiny. And Mikey basically says like, I'd like to go there one day and see where he found it and whatnot. Like, he wants to go to the Philippines. And Takemichi was like, yeah, let's go. So like, it's a feel-good moment. They're all having a good time. Takemichi has his own bike now, rightfully so, because he's the captain of Division 1. And it's a badass bike in that. Like, it's fucking literally the twin of Mikey's bike, the commander of the gang. I mean, that shit is so cool. Literally all up until this point, like, the whole episode was so, like, feel-good, like, amazing. Like, Kisaki's out. Takemichi's got a twin bike like Mikey. I mean, it was on all fronts. It was so fucking cool. And then basically after that, we get to I think just Chief Yu and Takemichi kind of talking it out, and appreciating each other, and because Chief Yu's in on Takamichi's secret now. Basically, this is where the time comes where he has to go back to the future, and he thanks Chief Yu for being like one of his best friends and like really helping him out, because if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't have gotten this far. At least that's what he said. And so eventually he goes to meet up with Naoto, and he shakes his hand, and he's back in the future. But there's also one more conversation that he had right before he went to go meet Naoto and shake his hand, where he talked to Mikey, Draken, Mitsuya, Akai, and Chief Yu all alone, and he basically gave Baji's last words to Mikey, which I'm surprised he hasn't said yet to him, unless it was like just too hard to approach Mikey with that sort of topic since he was still kind of grieving. But basically it was Baji saying like, Kisaki is the enemy, and that much shows true because of all the fuck shit that he did, and Mikey being told as such by Chief Yu and then kicking him out. So that's justifiable, especially off of Baji's word, because he's a founder and he's like he was really close to Mikey. So obviously it gives even more evidence or reason for Mikey to kick out Kisaki, which it shows that he kind of did a good thing, a right thing. At least it reassures himself. And then he also goes on to say like the only leader for Squad 3 Squad 3 of Toman is Pa. So that really hit close to home for him. And then he also goes on to say, to finishing Baji's last words, like the founders, like he lists off the names as he was like drawing his last breath, like they're my treasures. And so Takamichi told them that and shared his last words, and then basically said like, don't lose sight of like what Baji's vision was, like don't lose sight of what he wanted Toman to be, like this and that. And it's like almost like he's saying like, I mean he is, what I'm saying, that they don't really understand it, but it's kind of weird to see since like nobody else gets it but Chief Yu. But it's almost like he's saying this like goodbye speech, like it's his final speech before he kind of changes personalities again, because he's going in the future. So like that Takamichi that's there now doesn't have that information of like, oh, I'm thinking about this, I need to do this, I have this mission, you know what I'm saying? But it really cool to see nonetheless. And then he actually ends up asking them to take a photo with him, because he's thinking this is the last time that he's going to see these people in the past, because he's pretty much on dead set like, okay, I've succeeded in my mission, like I'm good, like I've done everything I had to do. We defeated Black Dragon, saved Akai and Yuzuha, Taiju's not dead, Kisaki's out of the gang, and Mikey has a good head on his shoulders. He's like, all right, we're good, right? I mean, that is a lot that has changed this season, so you would think that is the case. But sure enough, he shakes Naoto's hand, and I was thinking he was going to end right there. But we do get a little bit of a piece of into where he's at in the future. He's not in jail, so that's a good thing. He actually looks pretty similar to like how he normally would look in the present timeline, like before he started all this. Like he doesn't really look like a gang member anymore. Like whenever he came back at the end of the first season, he looked like an actual like big dog in like Toman, and he was the one that was told by Kisaki to like do the hit on Hina and all this crazy shit, right? So he doesn't even look like that right now. So he's not in jail. He doesn't look like a gang member. Is he even a part of Toman right now? Because he was the 1st Division captain before he left to come back to the future. He's in a funeral outfit, obviously, by the black suit and whatnot. I noticed that right off, so I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. Is Hina still dead? And then sure enough, Luna comes up to greet him. He doesn't really recognize her at first yet, but it shows the name for us, so we can start connecting the dots, and it's like, ah, fuck, that's Mitsuya's sister. She's thanking him for coming. And then they start talking about his brother, and they're at the reception desk receiving everybody. So it's like, fuck, dude, what the hell happened to Mitsuya? So yeah, Mitsuya has passed away apparently, and this is what he first gets to. He literally opens his eyes and he's here at this funeral. So like, what the fuck happened now? Where did we go wrong? What? Like, what's the deal? And I actually kind of am more pissed that they ended it off right there instead of where I thought they were going to end it off right up in the handshake, because we do get that little taste of what's going on in the future. Just a little taste. The only taste we get is Mitsuya's fucking dead. And guess what? No info. We're gonna have to wait next week for that. Like, oh my god. Y'all are fucking... It's literally little fucking snakes, bro. Oh man, that gets me so excited for next episode. But all in all, this episode was amazing. And like, I was loving it up until we got back into the future, and then I immediately noticed that Mitsuya... We're at his funeral. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, everything before that was so fucking great. The meeting, Kisaki's out of the gang, Takamichi gets a bike that's literally exactly like Mikey's. has the respect. It's a feel-good episode. And then we get back to the future and it's still fucked. And who knows what else is going on, because this is literally the first like 10 seconds that he's in the future. He's at a funeral for Mitsuya. So who the fuck knows what the hell else is going on? Mikey could still like have his fucking rails. Is he at the is anybody else from Toman at the funeral? Is he gonna meet up with people in the future? I would assume so. I would hope, you know, because Mitsuya is a founding member and they really like him, and they're one of his, you know, best friends. So I would assume we'd see some big honchos or heads of Toman here at this funeral, unless it's too risky because they're still like fucking evil or whatever. But we got Kisaki out of the gang, so you would think they kept their values and didn't do crazy shit like that. But who knows, bro? Like, next episode is gonna be wild because we're gonna start to figure out like what the problem is now. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. It's always something with the future timeline. And that's what I think keeps you drawn into this show. Even though Takamichi isn't super capable in fighting and he gets his ass beat all the time, it's all about the mystery and trying to figure out what went wrong this time. And I feel like that's what really keeps you hooked. But all in all, an amazing episode. I fucking loved it. Probably the best episode yet, if I had to say, because it just felt so good to actually get all that shit accomplished. And you're like, oh my god, yes, 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 yes. It feels good. We're going back to the future. Everything's gonna be changed. Happy ending. Yeah. Nope. Draws you right back in. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Can't wait for next week. Literally cannot wait for next week. Like I need that next episode right now. But we're just gonna have to wait. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the reaction. If y'all did, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when the next one's dropping. That's gonna do it for me, your boy Foxy. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all be good. Deuces.